All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May His infinite peace, mercy, blessing be upon His beloved Sayyidina Muhammad and upon His beloved family and beloved companions and all those who followed them until Yawm al-Qiyamah. Alhamdulillah, like Ustaad Siraj was saying, that the practical session itself, this is the last one. And this is going to be quite a special one in a sense that always the final one is a special one. But also after this, they will have a meal. And after the meal, inshallah, there will be a final presentation. So all of you who are here, you have learnt, and I want to really understand, to put yourself in a picture, to see the overall picture, where you fit in, what you should do when you go back. All this will be explained after Salatul Zuhr, inshallah. So everyone, has to and must attend that as well. But as far as the practical is concerned, this is a very special one. This one, inshallah, we're going to actually combine the various Murakabahs we've been learning. So in this one, what we're going to do is, inshallah, do the Lataif cleansing and practices. Then, inshallah, take the final golden breath and golden blow. Transfer your spirit to the spiritual body, find the teacher, and then slowly we go to different stations and muqams. So be it, we go to Medina Sharif or Makkah Sharif or any of the muqams that you saw the presentation of. While we reach there, then after a while, in that state where we reach, we're going to perform Murakabah dua in that state. So last time what we did in terms of asking for forgiveness from 7 major sins, then 7 blessings, then 7 need, 7 problems, 7 guidances, we need advice, and the decisions that we make. These things, inshallah, we'll be performing in this special blessed places as well. And so that, inshallah, when you do practice this Murakabah at home, then in only visiting and sightseeing, you don't know what to do next. You can practically, whilst in the spiritual state, you can ask these things to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And how blessed that is, that one thing I'm sat here making dua, looking here and there, but here you spiritually travel, you connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a spiritual heightened state, and you're doing those special duas there, inshallah. So we're going to practice that today in this session, so that inshallah you can also practice that in your own times at home, inshallah. So as you yourselves know, you should be well acquainted with how the Lataifs are done, the spiritual centers. So I will mention and indicate or instruct, and you just follow. And remember all the advice that we given to everyone, that those who think, I cannot see, I get lost, I don't find a teacher. Make it very simple, plain and easy. Just rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, if he helps, even imagine the teacher sat next to me, or, as you saw on the screen or on the video clips. That's fine. You can even imagine now if that helps you to focus later on when you transfer. Just imagination is sufficient. Image that you saw on a picture, on a DVD, on a video on YouTube or live in person. So make it very easy. Brothers who are at the back behind the chairs, I can see, can I ask you to come forward? The walls here you can lean against as well. Because it's the last final one. I want you to really benefit and help. If you can sit on the chair, if you want to sit on the floor, that's fine. If that's the case, then please come on my left-hand side. Those who are at the back, sit down on the wall, against the wall. If you can sit on the chair if you want, or come on the right and left-hand side so that I can see you as well. Anyone there at the back? Okay. Just come on this side. If you want to sit on the wall, leaning against the wall, that's fine. Or you can sit on the chairs as well. The brothers, is anyone there on the other side? Just tell the brothers on the other side to come. And this side as well. See that? This side as well. If someone's asleep, let him rest, it's fine. He will be tired anyway. So everyone, please, this is the final one. You can loiter, go home and lie down all day, inshallah. Tonight and tomorrow, if you're free. If anyone's resting, they don't want to participate because they're tired, that's fine, let them rest. Inshallah, they'll get the reward for resting, It will with the niyat of nawafil, optional i'tikaf, inshallah. Okay. So now, inshallah, obviously those who haven't, please, I'm going to encourage you and probe you to give your feedback as well, inshallah. Is someone talking at the back? If you know, if you're tired, just rest. If you're resting, then it's impossible to talk, I think. So do one or the other, inshallah. Bismillah. Inshallah, everyone close your eyes now. Just to refresh that why are we doing sat here for is to for pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And just think, Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me, Allah is seeing me. Wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Allah can hear, and He knows, He got ilm of everything. He's Sami'ul Basir. He can hear, He can see. Just deeply think. Don't worry about anything outside, what am I going to do when I go home, or I need to catch my train or anything. Just relax. Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me, Allah is seeing me. That is sufficient. Then inshallah perform the protection adhkars. Why we recite this? So that we try to minimize any interference by shayateen. Inshallah we are protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But sometimes our mind, our thought gets diverted. And so this protection helps us to stay focused and protected, inshallah. So recite Surah Al-Fatiha, Alhamdulillah Sharif once. Ayatul Kursi once. Then Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Qul A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq, and Qul A'udhu bi Rabbin Nas. Those three surahs in cycle 3 times in that order. Ahad Falaq Nas, Ahad Falaq Nas, Ahad Falaq Nas. Bismillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Alhamdulillah. Now inshallah do the start-up adhkars, that is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim once, Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilaik 3 times, Durood Sharif 3 times, and then La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah 3 times. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we do istighfar for seeking forgiveness. So Allah Ta'ala remove all the darkness from us, anything that is actually stopping us or blocking us, so that in this final session we experience, ask forgiveness and rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, as we show our humbleness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we only rely on Him to take this journey. We really show our humbleness that we can really worship Him or according to our ability and capability even. Should really thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Though Allah, we thank you for all the ni'mah and blessing. Like you've been hearing, many people are struggling to even pray salah and namaz. But by being here, we all managed to offer 5 daily prayer with jama'ah. And one of the biggest things to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for is having Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as a blessing in our life. So with that niyyah, we recite Durood Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa ala Muhammad wa ala. It is as though we saying to Allah, He is your Prophet and He is the Messenger. We cannot do or give anything, any gift to your beloved Messenger and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is you who can bless him and have mercy on him. So that's why I say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. You give peace, mercy, blessings upon him. We ask you to bless him as a mark of thankfulness from us. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum ayyuhan nabi. Assalamu alaikum ayyuhan nabi. Assalamu alaikum. Then again we show our reliance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no one who can help us or take us to His closeness and His pleasure and free us from our own state of evil and heedlessness. So we only rely on Him. And we say there's no might and power except you, Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. So imagine, inshallah, now refresh your thought. Allah is with me, hearing me, seeing me. The name of Allah shining in the sky. And then we take a deep breath in with our nose, and we do the first stage Latifa preparation, which goes through our head. The white light comes down, goes all the way to the bottom. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out with your mouth, and the light is coming back up, cleansing all the darknesses, worries, issues, problems of myself, and is releasing from my mouth as we breathe out with my mouth. So when I say Bismillah, we'll begin. Bismillah. Now again refresh. Allah is with me, hearing me, seeing me. Allah's name above in the sky. Now turned into very beautiful red in color. As we breathe in, the red light is descending, coming down, and is entering through our nose, and the light is flowing down, and the red light is entering through the red latifa situated below the navel, and is cleansing it as we take a deep breath out with the mouth, the light leaving from the back. Bismillah. Now the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has become orange in color. Allah is with me, hearing me, seeing me. The light is coming down, the orange light. As we breathe in with our nose, the light is entering through the nose. It's flowing down, and this orange light is entering through the orange latifa in the belly button area. We take a deep breath out with the mouth, and the light is cleansing it and leaving from the back. Bismillah. Allah is within me, hearing me, seeing me. Allah's name above in the sky, beautifully lit, is in yellow in color. As we breathe in, the yellow light is entering through our nose, flowing down, and the yellow light is entering to the yellow latifa in the stomach. We breathe out with our mouth, the light is cleaning this latifa and is leaving from the back. Bismillah. I can refresh the thought. Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me, Allah is seeing me. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very beautiful, green in color. As we breathe in with the nose, the green light is coming down, entering through the nose, flowing down, and is entering through the green latifa in the chest area. As we breathe out with our mouth, the light is cleansing the green latifa and is leaving from the back. Bismillah. Now again, Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me, Allah is seeing me. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the sky has become very beautiful, light blue in color. As we breathe in, the light blue, it comes down, enters through our nose, flows down and goes to the light blue latifa in the throat. As we breathe out through our mouth, the light cleanses it and it leaves from the back of the neck. Bismillah. Allah is with me, Allah is seeing me, Allah is hearing me. The name of Allah in the sky, very beautifully lit, dark blue indigo in color. As we breathe in, the light is entering through the dark blue indigo latifa in the forehead. And then as we breathe out, it's cleaning it, and then the darkness is leaving from the back of the head. Bismillah. Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me, Allah is seeing me. The name of Allah now is being very beautiful, white in color. We breathe in the nose, the white light comes down and it enters through the white latifa on top of our head, the crown latifa. As we breathe out with the mouth, the white light is cleansed and it leaves from the back of that crown latifa. Bismillah. Keep breathing in, and as you breathe in now, the white light from the white name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala above is going directly descending from the top latifa all the way, filling us up with this white light like a balloon, expanding. Then as we breathe out, our body is getting lighter and lighter. So as we breathe in, the white light is entering through the head and filling us up all the way, expanding us like a balloon. And as we breathe out, we're feeling lighter and lighter. Bismillah. Slowly, our body is getting lighter and lighter and it starts disappearing. Our toes and feet and calves is disappearing. Our thighs, our midsection, stomach is disappearing. Our chest and throat is disappearing. And our arms, both arms are disappearing. Our head, neck and head is disappearing. Only the 7 latifas inside the breath and the spirit. Keep breathing in and breathing out. Slowly, one by one, the red latifa disappeared. The orange latifa disappeared. The yellow latifa disappeared. The green latifa disappeared. The light blue latifa disappeared. The dark blue indigo latifa disappeared. And the white one now disappeared. Only your breath and the spirit inside. And now you're constructing a spiritual enlightening body in front of you, which is of yourself, of the spiritual image. Now slowly take in a final few breaths, and once you're ready, take a deep breath in, and then you take a golden blow and breathe out your spirit onto the spiritual body and transfer. Immediately, we look for our teacher, and our teacher, Hazrat Ahmed Dabbagh, sat next to me. Sat beside me on my left-hand side. All of us here, like small children, and approaching our teacher as though the children are meeting their father. We're very eager and rushing to meet our teacher. We see a beautiful smile on the teacher's face, and he's embracing every one of us. We're giving our salam, our heartfelt salam, and expressing our emotions. Some of us have met, some haven't. This is the meeting point with our teacher. So express from your heart, Assalamu alaikum, Ya Sayyidi, Ya teacher, Ya master. We're happy to meet you. Our teacher is replying to each and every one of us, shaking their hands, and they're so concerned. They're asking about how you are, how was your stay in the masjid here, and they hope that you have benefited and taken away a valuable, life-changing experience to go home with. Now, one by one, every one of us have met the teacher, and now with him, we've all come outside the masjid and taken a flight together. Through the skies, we now arrived in the Morocco Fairs, city of Fairs, where Mazar and the residence of Sheikh Sayyidina Abdulaziz al-Dabbagh, our grand teacher, is present. He's outside his mazar. He's actually very eagerly waiting to meet. He's of a medium height, beard not so thin, not so thick. His age is about late 30s, 38, 39, 37, 38. He's got a beautiful smile. He actually he's got a pair of glasses on. He's taking the glasses now. Beautiful smile. And everyone, like the grandchildren meet their grandfather, they're all embracing. And they're as though giving sweets and toffees, like dates and fig, placing it in our mouth. We can taste it. It is as though a spiritual nourishment, spiritual energy given in our mouth. Saying, oh my children, we are happy to see you all. I feel my purpose of teaching has been fulfilled seeing you all. This is a great expression of happiness by him. Rahimahullah. So again, each one of us giving salam, eager to meet them one day, spiritually and physically in the hereafter, having a private conversation with him. Mentioning our own life and how it's been in front of our Shaykh, Hazrat Shaykh Ahmed Dabbagh, and our grand Shaykh, Shaykh Sayyidina Abdulaziz al-Dabbagh, rahimahumullah. With them now together, we've taken a flight, and all the participants here, some are of a mature adolescence age, some are like a child, the spirit, their age, real age is now. Alhamdulillah, everyone is born and they're all in this realm traveling. Some are like a baby, have been carried by the mashayikh in their arms. We go through the sky and we arrive in the blessed Mazar in the city of Baghdad to meet Shaykh Sayyidina Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, the Ghaus Pak. He is also eagerly waiting to meet. We're giving our heartfelt salam. Very quite tall, beautiful, handsome man, white beard, lovely long eyebrows, like Shaykh Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh, as there are family of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they have a similar feature. Big wide eyes, beautiful smile, long arched nose, expressing our salam, our love to him. Now we're departing from here and we're traveling further, and now immediately we arrived in the courtyard of Masjid Nawawi in Medina Sharif. We can see it's about mid-afternoon. The sun is glazing the marble flooring of now, although the grounds are slightly hot, but pleasant to stand on and walk upon. The marble flooring is so clean, it is as though we're looking at the mirror. Sometimes cannot tell which is the reality. Is it you on the ground or you standing on it? Slowly, in full gathering of our teachers and mashayikh, like Shaykh Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh and Shaykh Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jilani, we slowly together approaching the blessed door and the green dome we can see in front of us. And from our heartfelt, we're giving salam as though if you were to meet Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in person. Slowly, step by step, we're giving salam, and we can hear the birds and even the angels are reciting durood and salawat upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Each step going closer, the beautiful, majestic, the chamber and Roda and the Jali Mubarak is approaching before our eyes. Now some who have been here before are going further access and going even inside the Jali Mubarak and the chamber, giving salam. Some are staying back due to their shame and embarrassment amongst the mashayikh, and the mashayikh are slowly going inside. But all of us are giving our salam, our heartfelt salam. We can feel the presence of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the huge pillar of light is flowing from the green dome, hitting our heart, our bodies, and the light is entering our heart. And we are reciting our heartfelt salam and durood upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now. It is as though with each salam we are refreshing our commitment and our loyalty, showing our loyalty to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and saying that he will be my greatest priority, to love and to follow and to convey his message. So feel this experience now with each salam. It's as though you can hear your heart is saying, Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabiyyu, but silently. Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabiyyu. Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabiyyu. Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabiyyu. Some are receiving a specific, personalized advice and guidance, especially from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Those who are inside, those who are outside, they keep receiving the light, and they can smell the fragrance coming with the light. and enlightening their hold of their own bodies. And it's as though our own bodies are getting purified, cleansed from the darknesses. And now an announcement is made, even a further joy and happiness of ecstasy, that one of the angels announced that with us, it's as though Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would accompany us and we'll travel towards Makkah Sharif. Instantly we have a huge gathering, some are companions there, mashayikh, some of our participants, with the teacher and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ahead. We quickly now, it's as though we put a white two pieces of cloth in us like a Umrah Ihram, and it's traveling towards Makkah Sharif. We immediately arrived in Makkah Sharif now. Very beautiful, majestic looking Kaaba. And with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what a beautiful and what a blessed gathering. We're now doing tawaf, circumambulating the Kaaba. It's as though our heart is saying, Labbaik, Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik, Kala Sharika Laka Labbaik, Inna Alhamda wa Ni'mata Laka wal Mulk, La Sharika Lak. We refreshing our vows with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with each circles that have been completed. We can see the blessed Multazim, the blessed door of Kaaba is opened, flung open, and the huge pillar of light is emanating and touching each and every one of us. Our body is getting further enlightened. And the Kaaba is directly receiving the beautiful white light from the high heavens, from the name of Allah in the high heavens. Special name of Allah, we've not seen such a majestic, beautiful name. And now we've completed our tawaf, our circumambulation. We're drinking the pure Zamzam water, our inside getting purified. And it's as though in the company of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, everyone is entering inside the Kaaba. A platform being raised, beautiful goldish, whitish color platform, a staircase, and each step we're going close is as though it is indication going close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we are recollecting all of our life, how sinful I am, and what I am, and what I am receiving now. It is the sense of this unbelievable and incredible experience. Slowly we enter inside, we see huge, beautiful, powerful lights of tajalli and theophanies are inside in the Kaaba. We can hear everywhere name Allah, reciting and glorifying Allah. Our heart is also saying Allah, Allah, and this light is penetrating to our head and all of our bodies. Our bodies are enlightened further. And now we sat and recollecting and thinking about our own life and seeking for forgiveness that, oh Allah, I have surely been blessed by you, and yet I am that baghi, rebellious, sinful person. I am making tawbah, I am asking forgiveness like I've never done before. I have a chance now to turn my life around. You have blessed me. Oh Allah, these are the sins, these are the crimes I've done, the 7 most heinous crimes. Please forgive me. You are the most merciful. You love to forgive. Please forgive me, as my sins are great, huge in number, like the mountains. Yet your mercy outdo every other burden and sins. Your mercy is so vast. We rely on your mercy and nothing else. So mention your sins, ask for forgiveness now. Imagine we're inside the Kaaba Sharif now, in the blessed company of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions, and mashayikh, and beautiful lighted tajalli. This is not even one can dream of. and we are present spiritually. Our bodies, our mind, our heart, our nafs, our spirit is feeling and is yearning and crying and beseeching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking for forgiveness. For some, we can see all of our organs, our heart, our mind, the name of Allah is emanating from our cells of our body, from our arms, from our face. It's all become very small light bulb of name of Allah everywhere. And yet, I know how sinful I am. And I'm asking for forgiveness. Allah is so merciful, He is blessing me with so much blessing. He's so loving and caring and kind. And with the depth of thankfulness, the only way we can express is as though our heart is burst out and screaming with Ya Allah, that, oh Allah, we thank you. Allah, forgive us. And yet we thank you for all the blessings in my life. Now really open our heart and not be miserly. Really thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for every ni'mah we have in our life, especially the 7 greatest blessings we have. That, oh Allah, we have you in my life. I thank you for that. We have Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in my life. That become his ummati. I thank you for that. Oh Allah, you shown us a path and the teacher. We thank you for that. Oh Allah, you gave us parents without whom we wouldn't have existed in this apparent world. We thank you for that. Oh Allah, you give us intellect, health, expression of speech, without which we would have been dumb, deaf and blind. Oh Allah, being in this blessed company, despite I know who I am, despite I know how sinful, how much of a criminal I am, my sins, if they were to be poured into the seas and oceans, the whole seas and oceans would be darkened and black. And yet, through His sattariyat, through your coverage, you covered my sins, you covered my darknesses. Oh Allah, I thank you that you have covered my darknesses and you have not humiliated me. I am to be humiliated in the eyes of the public, but you have covered me and yet have honored me despite being who I am. Allah, we thank you for this. And now Allah is with me, seeing me in this blessed Kaaba inside and really asking for our need. Oh Allah, I have so much need. You know what I need. Oh Allah, my greatest need is I want you in my life. I want to please you. Oh Allah, my greatest aim in my life now has become that I want to please you. Live our life so that you become pleased. Oh Allah, make us live my life according to how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have shown us and taught us. I want to be in their company spiritually. I want to transform my life. My need is to transform my life and not to live life of sinfulness and heedlessness and rebelliousness. Allah, transform me and rescue me and deliver me from this error. pour your heart and mind out, because every drop of your tears, every anguish is worth it. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most appreciative. He's a shukur. He appreciates even the smallest of goodness, smallest appreciation you give. People are very unjust and ungrateful, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most grateful. Ask for your need to be fulfilled. Any need, worldly, ukhrawi, and need for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, again, even in this heightened state, even Allah to all this is we still think Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me, Allah is seeing me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is wherever you are. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. And yet we run away from Him. Now ask for all your problems in your life. There's 1001 problems I have, but at least mention the 7 great problems I'm facing. And ask Allah to alleviate, remove, rescue, and give us cure, give us respite from all these problems I'm facing. Could be financial, social, marital, psychological, mental, physical. All the problems I'm facing, at least the 7 greatest ones, oh Allah, please remove them, deliver me, relieve me from these problems in my life. I don't know which way to turn, left, right, forward, behind. I don't know where I will be relieved from these problems. But you can create avenues and doors out of nothing. You're the originator of the heavens and the earth. You can create pathway and openings for my relief out of nothing if you wish. So I am relying on you to be free from this problem I have. Again, think Allah is with me, Allah is seeing me, Allah is hearing me. The Kaaba is becoming even more enlightened. As we inside the Kaaba, we're doing our namaz, we're making dua now. And yet, I need guidance in my life. I need to make so many choices. 1001 choices I make from the morning to the night. Sometimes my choices are not wise choices. My choices are foolish choices. My choices that leads to destructions and displeasure of Allah. Oh Allah, help me to choose those matters in my life which are most important. At least the 7 greatest choice I have, decisions I have to make. Oh Allah, guide me, help me so that those choices becomes goodness for me, for this life, for my end, and for my life to come in the hereafter. I don't know which direction to turn. I turn to you, the one who guides, the one who supports. Now again think, Allah is with me, Allah is hearing me, Allah is seeing me. It's as though I have no worries, nothing to worry about. It's as though the whole time and the whole world has come to halt. It's as though every single being in this creation is remembering Allah. But I have been honored. Everyone is remembering, but I've been honored to be in this company, in this house, inside the house of Allah in Kaaba Sharif, remembering Him. Saying finally, "Oh Allah, I do not know all these problems and issues and sins that I have done. I have presented before you. Oh Allah, you deal with them and bring about the best outcome which is for me. I do not know what is best for me. You know what is best for me. Bless me so that it becomes the best of outcomes for me and I am content with it. And I turn to you only with remembrance. I have nothing to worry about. If you look after me, if you care, if you look after me and deal with all these issues, then why should I worry about anything? I only turn to you with gratefulness and with showing my weakness, reliance, and to remember you only." So we assign and pass all those issues we mentioned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only turn to Him, remembering Him. Feel as though the great burdens have been lifted and you feel relaxed. It's as though you're born again. Your slate is wiped clean. You got a clean sheet of paper. Only thing we do is remember Him. That is my mission now. Slowly, some of us are crying our eyes out. We do not want to leave this company, this blessed place. But following Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Mashayikh, we're slowly coming out of Kaaba Sharif. We're doing the final tawaf again, tawaf wida, the farewell tawaf around 7 times, reciting kalimats and reciting Allah, Allah in our heart, seeing many angels amongst us, in front of us, behind us, on the left and right side, left side, above. And as though they're carrying us under the wings. We're flying in the air on the wings of angels. And now slowly, with the final wida, we're departing from there, giving our salam and permission from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabi. Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabi. Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabi. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi salihin. So I likewise give salam to all the companions, all the participants, especially our Mashayikh. Assalamu alaikum ya Sayyidi Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. Assalamu alaikum ya Sayyidi Abdul Aziz al-Bagh. Assalamu alaikum ya Sayyidi ya Mawlai ya Shaykh Ahmed al-Bagh. We're slowly departing those blessed company is as though directly in the company of our teacher, Shaykh Ahmed al-Bagh, we're returning back in this masjid, in this hall. So with Durood Sharif and with depth of thankfulness to Allah, we are slowly opening our eyes. Inshallah, you can open your eyes and relax now, inshallah. So inshallah, just relax, take a few moments. And this will be our final feedback as well. So especially those who have not had any chance to share any of your experience, then at least share your experience of now, of this final session we just done. First of all, we like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this ni'mah and blessing, to sit in the masjid and to remember Him. Also, that alhamdulillah, we thank our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the ni'mah and blessing, especially our Mashayikh who taught us and shown us the path and the way, especially our teacher, Shaykh Ahmed al-Bagh, obviously our parents and the fellow our brothers, the khidmah team, the media team, the admin team, our fellow Ustads, Asatizas, and fellow brothers yourselves as well for participating. MashaAllah. So feedback especially from those we've not heard anything from, who have maybe come first time, and all this as well, plus any questions, any queries or any issues as well. Shortly, inshallah, when the admin teams are ready, they'll indicate, inshallah, go for a meal as well. And then after the meal, Zuhur namaz. And after Zuhur namaz, there'll be one final advice and presentation for something for you to understand the overall picture as something to take away. And then inshallah, after that, then inshallah, you can see the Ustad's one-to-one as well. So for now, please put your hand up, but the Siraj will come with the mic. Side, you understand? Ji? Just give it up to the side.
Alhamdulillah, after the transfer, everything flowed from the start to finish.
Okay.
So after the transfer, we went to...
Just tell the speaker the other way.
After the transfer, when we traveled, when I met Hezsab first, I first repented and asked forgiveness for my shortcomings. And after, with the brothers, we travelled to the Mazar of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz al-Dabaq, rahimahullah. And then from there, I asked forgiveness as well for my shortcomings. And from there, went to the Mazar of Sayyidina Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, rahimahullah. Then from there, we met the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And
so
then
just to pause for a second. Pause a second and just to describe the moment, the scene, or the blessed features, to whatever extent, greater or lesser extent, inshallah.
For the personalities, I could only picture just a light, that's it. I could only picture...
Okay, that's fine, but you know these are persons. Even in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, vast majority of the companions, if they were asked, please describe how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked in terms of facial features, and due to the awe and respect, they always used to have the gazes down. So one companion was quite close, Sayyidina Amr bin al-As, who was also the governor of Egypt at the time of companions. He said, I will not be able to describe to you, although I lived with them for years. Due to all respect, they will not look like we do each other. They always have the gazes down, due to respect and adab. Only a few companions, like Sayyidina Umar and others, who actually recorded and narrated the blessed features, how they looked and so on. So this is quite natural that someone cannot see directly into the eye, for example. Yeah, continue.
Then from there, when we traveled to Mecca, after the tawaf, I tried to picture the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They had Zamzam water in their hands, and they were they allowed the brothers to drink from their hands. And then from there, when we went inside the Kaaba, I just did Murakabah dua, and they ended there.
How did you feel when you did Murakabah dua? In terms of feeling connected to Allah, the closeness and so on, and the emotions.
I felt emotional quite a bit, and I didn't really have anything other in my mind except from the presence of Allah, just connection.
Is this your first experience?
No, I've had other ones like this.
Oh, so, okay. First time in this retreat?
No.
Okay. So mashallah, good, Mubarak. Mashallah, this is a spiritual experience you've been having in the past and now as well. So may Allah bless you. So as you can see, young brother, he goes to college doing A-levels, mashallah, hoping to be a doctor as well. Make dua for him. And if you make Murakabah dua for him, then he should be accepted as well as for yourselves, inshallah. And so now he's been experiencing, especially as of today, as he heard. So that should raise your aspiration that, look, if the brother who slept together, we ate together, we spent time together, if he can achieve, if he can attain this, then I can be as well. I'm also a human being. I've got the same capability, intellect, mind. He's not a superman as such, inshallah. So I can also do so, inshallah. So, brothers, do you want to mention anything? Brother, inshallah. Except you yourself, whatever, if you want to mention anything. Any experience?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. When we're doing the Murakabah dua,
so all this the previous journey up till Kaaba Sharif, was that all okay? You managed to travel there?
It was fine. There were moments when I was stepping away from it,
okay.
But then obviously the tools are there to get back into it. And I did, when we went to Medina Sharif, I did stay outside. I didn't go into
inside the blessed chamber.
Inside the blessed chamber. But it felt with, when you mentioned that there are brothers in there and they're receiving direct instructions from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it felt I was there as well. I'm stood outside, but if they're in there, then I'm in there as well. And when we did the Murakabah dua,
yes,
it was first of all very I felt very confident, especially when I have such mesmerizing beings around me, to be able to add to assurance to my dua. And
you managed to connect without obviously mentioning the details. It's not necessary, but while we ate at breakfast, just to give context, maybe for the benefit of the brothers, because there might be a similar situation, or they might know someone who's a similar situation, and they don't know which way to turn. So without actually mentioning the detail, which is obviously private matter, just generally mention and how you experience, so that it should raise aspiration, raise hope for other brothers here and people watching live, or for the future as well, without the details we discussed privately. So I would really advise brothers to listen to the brothers. He's got a very good life experience, should learn from, inshallah.
I come from a pretty much quite a destructive background, but throughout this, there was always something yearning. There was always some hunger, and not knowing which way to turn. And the easiest way was to fulfill it by other means. Initially searching for only one thing, which was happiness, and not realizing which way to go. Even coming here, I can't help it, but I came with pre-meditation, pre-ideas as to what it would be based on where I've been before. And after the first Murakabah that we did, I've never ever left. I've never been in a situation where I felt so empty, completely, as if when the body disappeared, it never came back. I am here, but all the attributes with it never came back. I had no concerns for my motorcycles, my cars, my, where I wanted to go for my holidays, or none of that. It never mattered to me. I can't put it into words what's happened over this weekend, but at the same time, I truly do not deserve anything that I've gained from here. I can honestly say that. And it's probably the first time I'm beginning to realize that as well, because that I am truly worthless compared to before. There was a lot of me.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah. And I remember when we were first speaking, and we gave this, one of the first things is to believe that you are nothing and know nothing. And really, when someone thinks like this, Allah will make you something. And this is really the key for someone. And alhamdulillah, you have done that. And Allah can make you anything. Which He wants is to become His friend. And Allah wants to make everyone His friend. Really, every single one of you to become His friend. But the dilemma is that people don't want the friendship, and they have made other things their friend and friendship and relationship. But Allah Azza wa Jalla wants you all to become His friend in this life and to return to Him So alhamdulillah, look, this is a perfect example, and it's an example for every single one of us, like the brother has described, and where he's coming from, and his life experience, and what he felt. And when he was empty and wanted Allah, Allah gave him something to reach out for. And inshallah, it's now for all of us is that we should keep that connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even after the retreat with mentors. And inshallah, after the last session, inshallah, you will see how you can continue this blessing. So Mubarakah, inshallah. And really, it is not anything that we have done or anything. It is really the fazl of Allah Azza wa Jal, and the help and the guidance of the mashayikh, like Shaykh Ahmad Dabba and Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabba Rahmullah. It is really their teachings that really, and methodology and blessing and help that you have achieved really. And this is what it means to get the illusion out of people's minds that it happens in books and it happens in stories, that you can be blessed and you can meet the Prophet ﷺ and Mashayikh. It is happening now, and if you want this, then you should attend a retreat and really give yourself up, and then inshallah Allah will bless you.
Just wanted to add one more thing. Last night, just realizing that we discussed this very briefly this morning. Okay, it feels like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is on top of a mountain, and we as individuals, the beings, servants, have to go ahead and climb this mountain to get to the top. And throughout history, the prophets, starting from Prophet Adam alayhi salam, they've gone, it felt like they've gone and climbed maybe 15-20 meters up this mountain using their bare hands. And they've gone ahead and sent a rope down for the next person, and that person climbed a little bit further. And today, in this day and age, it feels like there are no more ropes, there are no more ladders, but a tarmac road has been built for fools like me to be able to drive up there. And it's a shame if I don't take this opportunity, or other people don't take this opportunity. All the hard work has been done. All the sacrifices, the blood and the tears have been done and put on a plate for people like me.
Really, it's an analogy. Really what it means is a significance of obviously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beyond place, time, space and place. He created all this, so he cannot be in these things. So his analogy is indicating towards the closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I.e., if you reach the top of the mountain, it's just the closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And like you said, all the Anbiyas and the Prophets and the Awliya have paved the way to the sweat, blood and tears. And really, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, their companions, they have literally sweat, blood and tears, and the Awliya in every generation and the Mashayikh. And now it is as though they created a pathway, the tarmac, and it's got escalator on as well. No even have to walk anymore, just stand there and you'll get there inshallah. Only thing we are not doing, we're not standing onto it, or not even lying down onto it, or even sitting down onto it. We're just on the side still thinking, is it really happening or not? Is it all imagination or not? So alhamdulillah, we should really thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And like we said yesterday, last night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a very selfless being, in a sense that He doesn't want anything from us anyway. If he had not created us, we would have been non-existent. Who would have questioned Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where Shahalom is, where's Bashir and Nazir is? But He out of His pure grace, He's created us and gave us all these blessings. And He wants to bless us more. So, only have to thank Him and He'll bless us more. Even the thank He doesn't need, but just appreciation for our benefit. Look how merciful and loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. One could be lost just thinking about these things, the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah. Jazakallah for your feedback and for your company in this retreat. And inshallah, if it's up to the brother, about those who want to spend time with him, it's up to him. You know, you hear the story and what he's gone through in life, how he's come through and he is now. It'll be truly, I would say, eye-opening and in fact shocking as well. Obviously, that's his personal matter. We're not here to disclose personal details. And he makes us realize that I thought I was bad, or I was good, or this happened to my life. I'm facing the worst situation. There could be no worse situation than this. But when you hear fellow brothers, their stories and what they're going through, you think, oh my God, you know, I've had an easy life compared to this. And now what he achieved, and he had the yearning inside, and Allah fulfilled it. So it's a matter of you now building on this from now on. This is just, remember, this is not end point, this is a starting point. So reaching top of the mountain, that was just a starting point. Then the skies and the heavens are waiting for you. Inshallah. Jazakallah, inshallah. Other brothers, and also those who actually struggled before and we advised you, we want to hear from you that have you tried to do something different as we advised, and can you see the improvement? So those who know, please put your hand up. Especially those who said only saw blue lights or yellow lights and nothing else. Maybe brother next to Hamza. Brother G, yourself. You can say in Bangla if you wish, or in English, whichever. You can do, yes.
Then teacher then ami khali back zaidam time bade amare dekya ato dorison dori amare suffer to plane like drama kano.
So he's saying that this time he saw different colors and he saw the teacher next to him and he's backtracking and the teacher is going after him to actually grab hold of him, and eventually they did grab hold of him and almost like, in a positively forced him, and he saw himself in a flight in a plane. MashaAllah.
Then I mean, just more like the horse, you know, the hour the Amari, just me floor was I see top brightness and the sea. Site of an army.
Medina Sharif.
I miss the the brightness. I'm Kita Dicta side, I'm Kita Tinista, but it's floor. Then I mean, would you shower by I'm full of I'm turned by side, I'm Kita pinchon, but like. Tanami central was I see, like the normal center feature at the like proper to like a small thing. Time cover like white cover vision. I would say just like blue color or like cover.
So now brother is describing that he's found himself. He then arrived at Medina Sharif in the courtyard, and like we were saying, the floor was very clean and bright. And he goes, it was so bright. He got dazzled. He wanted to see what the material is made of. Is it really marble, stone or something? But he couldn't work it out. It was so bright and shining and dazzled. He was describing now in detail what clothing the teacher was wearing. He was describing these things now.
But আমি আমার নিজরে দিছি অত সুন্দর লাগে আমারে দেন আর আমার ফাগলি বান্দা লাইক ব্লু কালার ফাগলি বাট আমি কত রাউন্ড মারি খালি আমি আমারে দেখলাম আমি is too different. So বাদে আমার জিজ্ঞেস কইলা এক কাম করো তুমি আইছো এখানে দুই হাত নফল মাছ করিলাও ও বিতে গিয়া বাট না আমার কইছো না বিকে নফল ফোর্সি বাদে আমি বাদে তারা আমার কইছিল কইছেন মক্কা শরীফ দিতাম খাবা পুজো করতাম বাট আমি সেম দেশে আমি আমার নিজে দেখলাম আমি খাবার সময় গিয়া দূরে বইতাছি দেন আমি ওরাম না I don't know.
So then he saw inshallah that he saw himself very beautiful figure of himself, and he's wearing very beautiful Imam Sharif turban, like a bluish, dark bluish color you were saying. And then teacher advised me to do 2 rakat salah there in Medina Sharif as well. So you can see we've not mentioned this. This is own personal experience. Then he traveled to Kaaba Sharif, and he's waiting for the teacher to instruct him what to do. Ji.
পরে আমি কাবার লগে আমি দড়িয়ে বিতাছি বাট আমার এই সময় জানে স্যার আমি যাইতাম কান্তনে বাদে ও
So he was holding on to the strongly onto the gilaf, the black blessed clothing of the Kaaba Sharif, and he didn't want to let go of it or move from there.
এরপরে আমি চাইছিলাম যে করতাম বাদে আমি আর ফাদার করতে কিছু
So he's continued, but then he got like dazzled and completely engrossed in this. So dua kula khorta fartila ni jalana khuram dua kharuka.
He can
Acha, so he was completely engrossed in that. So alhamdulillah, look, he was struggling, he was seeing some lights, he wanted to see stars, he was telling me privately, he wanted to go by himself see stars, and then he saw the door was shut on him. I said, well, the thing is, you have to go with the teacher, then you can see everything. So alhamdulillah, now he's opened up. So after item Mubarak, after day, after Ruhani suffer we gise, shuru we gise istaki. So when they after itar after tayri khori, muzbut khoroka, zala dakhani season, tumi sunnat khoroka, namaz khoroka, mane ki zen namaz ruza, hajj rakat, ibadat ase, by Islam that are practicing khoren, what has to shuru khoroka hote afne. One mana khorta ami shomana manush ruisi na. শুক্রবারে যে ইসলাম যেভাবে আসলাম আমি মানুষ না হন আমি পুরা বদলে গেছি আমার এমন আমার একটা গিফট দেওয়া হয়েছে যেটা আমি মানুষ হিসেবে বদলে দিতাম এখন আল্লাহওয়ালা বা রসুল্লাহ একটা খাস বন্ধা তার উন্মতি হইতাম করি ওটা আসলে আপনার নিজের একটা টিচিং দেওয়া হয়েছে বুঝছেন So for him a special blessing is given that the person he came on Friday until now is a different person now. He's not the same anymore. And he should change, become more practicing for Sunnah and Sharia. And all this indication with clothing and salah is given to him, inshallah. So again, I say Mubarak, inshallah, and this is your starting point, inshallah. Ji, others? Oh, Hamza, mashallah. Ji.
Assalamu alaikum.
Inshallah, I know food is being served, sorry. So I just ignore that for a while. We're talking about spiritual food here, yeah, so inshallah, focus on that for now.
I tried picturing, everything that you tried saying, but it just wasn't working.
The best thing for you to do is go through the steps and describe to us. You're doing similar to what other brothers have done, is you're analyzing, you become the jury and the executioner. Judge, jury and executioner. That's what you're doing is, yeah, I've done this, I tried to imagine, it didn't work out, and that's it. All we're saying is mention. So when we go into the colors, did you manage to follow them?
I was doing the attached block.
Yeah, so step by step, calm yourself down. Your mind is racing now. Tell mind to rest. Let the spirit speak now. Okay?
Yeah, I couldn't see no colors.
So you couldn't see red? When I said red light is coming down?
No.
You cannot? No, not yellow or orange or other colors? Were you able to do it before?
No.
Okay. So it's something that maybe still you need to work on the mental level as well as the purification course, the 5 amals. But can you manage to transfer?
No.
You're still deciding, you're not telling me what you've done.
Oh. So when I doing the golden breath.
See, there you go, you're doing it again, see? You're very stubborn, you want to let go of what I'm trying to say. Let it go. Put it to one side. Speak from your heart now.
So when he said do the golden breath,
yeah,
done it and.
Okay, now you've done it. You just told me no before, a second ago.
All right, no, I've done the golden breath.
So now you see where you're coming from. You see, mind is blocking yourself. Mind is playing politics with you. Okay? So tell mind, okay, let me just relate it to what I've experienced. Let them decide. We use the mind of the Mashaykh and the Ustad here, not my mind. So this is, everyone have this problem. That's why using that as an example is, people who do say, I don't see anything, is because of this issue. They again and again, they erect such a high wall of the mind, is they don't want to break that down. They're basically, they say, I give up, no, I can't. And I'm saying this wall is feeble. There's no wall there. But you're saying there is a wall. I said, no, there isn't, just walk to it. Touch it and it'll go away. So yeah, carry on please.
So when doing the golden breath, and you were saying, picture yourself next to you, tried picturing, I couldn't see him.
So what did you have in mind?
They were sat next to me.
Yeah, sat next to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So even closer than this then, because I thought that was close, but you even closer. Yeah, carry on.
Then I tried picturing it, and then I couldn't see him. So I carried. Then I just brought the 3 keys back. Then I tried again.
Good.
And then I still couldn't see him.
And then okay, what happened after that?
Then I just carried on following. Just to see wherever he said to go.
So no, mention. Forget what I said. I want you to remember whatever you remember. Mention, because that's your experience.
When he said go to Sayyid Abdulaziz the Bag.
Okay. Okay, tell me how did you feel the weather was, or the scene, in your colors, whatever you can remember.
I couldn't feel anything.
No, no, no. I'm saying, did you manage to see what color, shape, size, anything?
No, no.
Okay. And then from there?
Then when he said go to Fez, I tried to picture himself going.
Okay.
Then I just couldn't picture anything.
And then did you go to Iraq, Baghdad Sharif?
Yeah, I tried picturing that as well.
And then?
Nothing again.
I described him how the Mashayikh looked. Did you manage to follow that?
I tried, yeah.
What did I say?
Oh, no, they tried picturing from our mind, but.
Okay. So Alhamdulillah, I think in your case, you've got some of these obstacles which you creating it by your own self, in your own mind. What you have to do is learn to let yourself go. Almost, although it is not the case, it is quite obvious everything is open, but in your case, you have to do the leap of faith. And don't worry about what the mind is saying all the time. Ignore it. I said, look, I'll just go with the flow, believe in what the Ustaad, the teacher, what they're doing, and just give it a shot, see how it goes. As soon as you make that choice by yourself, then you can see the difference. Inside the Kaaba, we said, and we're making these du'as. Did you do those du'as? What did you do du'as?
I done the Murakabah dua.
Yeah. So tell me, don't give me the title, tell me what you did. Like, you asked for forgiveness, I did ask for forgiveness, I had this issue in my life, I asked Allah to resolve the issue. Did you do these things?
Yeah, I done all of them. When you told me, when you said.
So you were quite personalized.
Yeah.
Personal to you.
Yeah.
So mashallah, you were engaged throughout. We spent more than 1 hour. Now imagine if I were to normally to tell you, sit down and talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make this dua. You say, no, after a while, no, I can't do it. 5 minutes and I'm too tired, I'll get bored or something. You spend over 1 hour, although it's all enough, partly due to your own mental inhibition, mental blockage by your own self, self-imposing. But despite that, you had an experience, you went through, you did your dua and so on, and you kept with the whole journey itself. So there's some areas to work on at a mental level, but I think if you work on it like your cousin Sahid, you'll see the difference, inshallah. Okay? I would say Mubarak, mashallah, is a beginning, but something you can work on to make it even better, more sharper, more crisper, inshallah. Okay, Jazakallah. Maybe one more, the food is ready, everyone's getting a bit restless, I think. Okay, sure.
I've been practicing this methodology for a while now, and so while doing the latayafs, the colors, I just need a couple of breaths, and I'm doing my transfer next. So
just mention your name and how old are you, because you're young, that's how I'm asking.
Miraj, I'm 17 years old. And
so as you can see, you don't have to have a white beard and wearing a massive big turban and chadar and people walking in front and behind you and say Allah and then say, oh, he's a big person now. I'm just imagine, because this is the conception I have. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with having a big beard, mashallah, white and doing Allah, yeah. But we think only can be pious when you're at that age, when you have people around you, circulating around you, yeah. Look, he's 17, he's going to school or colleges and carry on.
So I found a teacher, Ustaad, and we were traveling to go to Fez. On the way there, we were traveling over oceans and lands, and I saw something there which I did not like. It was frightening, so I walked back up, got back and refreshed myself, came back, and that's when you were on your Dula Taifs, I think. So I thought I'll just join you guys back again. But when I closed my eyes, did the amals again, and then he went straight back on to the same position where I was traveling again. So I didn't ask Ustaad anything about what I saw. So I ignored it for the time being, and we went to Fez. We saw the Grand Master there, and we traveled. 3 of us traveled to Medina, and from Medina we did salams there, and we traveled to Makkah, from Makkah we did our Murakabah dua, and from there I made the dua for what I saw to be forgiven.
Was it a creature or was it human like? What did you see? Do you remember?
It was graves.
Okay. Like punishments in there.
Punishments.
Okay. So when you made dua, then what happened?
And on the way coming back, I didn't see anything after that.
Mm-hmm.
So traveling back from Makkah to Fez, I didn't see anything. So it was all normal, back to normal.
Those graves.
Yeah.
Do you recognize those people?
Yeah.
Okay, mashallah.
I think sometimes, by seeing any grave or any punishment, it's really sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us what punishment lays ahead if we carry on or doing things against Allah Azza wa Jal. So really it's a lesson for oneself that we shouldn't fall into certain company and be taken away by shaitanic means, etc., and stick to the path which the Prophet ﷺ. So this is what it really indicates. And I know at the beginning of the retreat you mentioned that you wanted a clearer vision and more focus. So how was it from the beginning before the retreat and now? So,
Alhamdulillah, it was a lot better. But I did ask a question to the Grand Master about how do I see a lot better for my vision, and he told me to practice the sheets again, go through all of them again for 30 days, and you'll get results.
Okay. So, alhamdulillah, you mentioned about that. The Mashayikhs were saying, Sayyidina Abdul Jabbar to refocus on the sheets. The sheets, what it's referring to is the 5 amals. And you can see, this is why we mention about the 5 amals again and again and again, like the tongue sheet, the sincerity sheet, the zikr, the sunnah, following the sunnah, the murakabah, etc. So it's really emphasized, a person really focuses on that, because why? It has direct links in the spiritual world. Like Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbar Rahmullah once mentioned that, in order to see the spiritual world, you have to close the eye of sin. So to close the eyes of sins of dunya, then the eye of the hereafter, the eye of the unveilings will be open to you. But if a person continues to do disobedience with the body, then he becomes blocked, and it's like barriers and veils that fall in front of him. Like the eyes have veils, but when a person purifies these things, then one by one the veils are lifted, and it becomes more pure, and a person begins to see the vision. So the more he does this, the more pure his vision will be, and the more clearer crystal it will be of seeing. So this is why, inshallah, the 5 amals a person should take back with them from this retreat, and inshallah practice this, so that when, inshallah, you should compare yourself next retreat you come, it will be even more clear and more crystal clear, and then a person can travel further as well, inshallah. So inshallah we'll now stop the sessions now and go on to the rest break, and I think the meal is waiting, and then after the meal then we will prepare for Zuhr Salah, and then after Zuhr Salah will be the final session, and inshallah. So really today is like, for me, and we've been doing some of the retreat, the saddest day is today really, to see everyone go, and because it was a really pleasure to meet everyone, and honored, we are most honored to be with such company here, and today really is a sad day that we have to then depart and go back. But still there will be final advice that the sadness can be taken away, and made into happiness after this. Like we say, it's not the end, but it's the beginning really after this. So inshallah.